bore you with sort of, a talk with every single feature that we do. So my name is Matt, I'm the CEO over at Bridj. We are the world's first smart mass transit system. This is the audience participation part of the show, where I'm going to ask you questions, and the answer is either up or down. The ceiling is up. The sky is down. The ground is down. Okay. The world's population is going up. Better. The world's population is going up. All right. So we all know that the world's population is going up, but what I want to show you is how the internet is down. Okay. So let me get the internet back. Excellent. Yeah, go for it. Okay, so let me just, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to talk just like old school, and we're going to go to the app afterwards. So, our company Bridj is taking care of this huge problem in the world. So the world's population is going up, right? But the world's population is going up primarily in cities. So you have cities in the United States, in China, in India, all over the place, where cities are getting more and more and more dense. And the services that cities are being able to provide are correspondingly going down. Exactly. So how many of you here took the MBTA this morning? How many of you were a little bit inconvenienced by the MBTA? Oh, there you go. Don't worry, they're not watching. They're not watching. Yes, they are. So what Bridj does is we provide smarter mass transportation systems. So what we're able to do is provide direct shuttle routes between high-density parts of the city. So in a city like Boston, or a city like Mumbai, or a city like Shanghai, where there's a really distributed population where people live and work, we calculate millions and millions and millions of data points to be able to understand where people are living and where people are working. Once we understand where people live and where people work, we put direct shuttle routes that go in between those two destinations. So what happens is, let's say, who lives in Coolidge Corner here? Brookline? Oh, we actually have quite a few of them. So one of our first routes that we've introduced here in Boston is a direct route that goes from Coolidge Corner to Kendall Square. Traditionally, so anybody who raised their hand who's traveled to Kendall Square, how long does it take you on the MBTA? How many? An hour? Yeah, about an hour. So the average is anywhere between 45 and 60 minutes. Using Bridj, we've been able to bridge the gap between Kendall Square and Brookline in about 20 minutes by using direct shuttle networks. So once we crunch all these data points to figure out how a city moves, we then put direct shuttle networks. Has anybody tried Bridj in the room yet? Oh, that's really embarrassing. There you go, look at that. So once we actually put up networks, a direct shuttle takes you directly in between. So we're going to switch over, see if this works. Low battery. Awesome. Okay, so if you were a consumer and you were going on Bridj, you can come into our app and you can see exactly where our routes are throughout the city. So this seems really, really simple, but what we do is we crunch millions and millions and millions of data points to understand where the biggest pain points are in the city and put direct shuttle networks. Once you're in the system, so we have random buses that are AKA our employees with our tracking pads somewhere in the back here. You go into the system and you purchase the pass. For the month of June, it's free, so if anybody hasn't tried it yet, it's already free, so you should definitely do it. So once you purchase a free launch pass, you go in, congratulate you, and you can see exactly where you are. So we're going to start our trip, and we are closest to Kendall Square, so we can see that we can go from Kendall Square to Coolidge Corner. If this is an actual bus in the morning, we'd be able to see where the bus was on the route, and we'd be able to know that instead of about 45 to 60 minutes, we'd be able to get there in about 20 minutes. So let's say the national bus is pulled up. So instead, has anybody ever been stuck behind somebody on the MBTA trying to put their card in the reader and it just takes forever? Show of hands. Yeah, there you go. So what we've done is we've developed a system that's a dynamic flash pass. So when you actually come up to the bus, we know exactly where you are, we know where the bus is, and what you can do is show the driver your dynamic flash pass. So the driver knows that, hey, today is pulsating purple circle day, so you can show the bus driver, and you're on the bus. We get people to and from in ways that have never been done before, and what we're able to do is roll out new routes. So we roll out a new route every couple days, and we're building it out in Boston, and we'll soon be building it out all throughout the world. So that is my short spiel on what we do at Bridj. even without the internet, so I apologize, but that is pulsating blue circles and Bridj.
All right, we have time for 2 questions. The red.
Do you integrate real-time traffic in construction, and how does that change routes?
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. So this morning, there's construction in Kendall. So just because we're not a traditional bus service or not a traditional mass transportation network, we can reroute very, very dynamically around anything like traffic or construction, depending on certain roads. We can't drive a huge bus down Cobblestone Street. But besides that, everything is very, very dynamic in real time. In the back. I'll get you later.
What do you do in the middle of the day? I can imagine there's a lot of demand at the beginning and the end of the day, but in the middle, what's your plan?
Questions about the middle of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's our team's like huge, they're all having strokes about that question right now. So we have exclusive relationships with our vendors that allow us to secure vehicles. So we're just like Uber, we don't want to operate any buses. So we have a flexible vendor network that allows us to utilize buses at the beginning of the day and once again at the end of the day, and thus not have to pay for that huge empty space in the middle. But we're introducing smaller vehicles that will allow us to serve even more and smaller routes even in the middle of the day.
All right, one more question right here.
What are the sources of the millions of data points that you consider when creating the routes?
Question about sources of the data
If
points.
I told you, no, I'm just kidding. So we use about 19 once the algorithm is fully scaled. So we use everything from census data, what's called TAS data, which understands how people are moving throughout the city. We use everything from TAS data to cell phone data to social media data. We roll it up all together, correlate it, create very, very complex models that I no longer understand, but my team understands. And out of that comes a sort of a very proprietary origin and destination set that we can roll out city to city to city very, very quickly.
Great. Bridj, and the whole team is in the other room, all right?
Yes, the whole team is in the other room. Come say hi.
All right, great.
luxury shuttles that can cut your commute in half. We just launched in Boston on June 2nd. We're currently in beta, but we're running routes out of Brookline to Kendall Square, Brookline to downtown Boston with a stop in Copley, and Brookline to Seaport. So instead of maybe hopping on the T or driving yourself or taking a tag, you can hop on Bridj and get there in half the time, get work done while you're commuting, hop on the Wi-Fi, or maybe even take a quick little nap. So yeah, even if you're not living in Brookline right now, you should still sign up. You can go to go.bridj.com because we're expanding routes rapidly. Our goal is to pop up a route every 2 weeks. So we'll be in your neighborhood soon, and in order to be the first person who hears about it, you should definitely sign up and give Bridj a shot.
So what type of vehicles does Bridj use?
So right now we really have a rolling fleet. It could be as large as a 54-passenger charter bus or as small as a 13-passenger sprinter van. That's one of the benefits of being a pop-up bus network because we can really grow with demand on the particular route.
So if I wanted to use your service, how much would it cost?
Right now, June, it's free. So all rides during the month of June are free. We're going to start charging probably the middle of July. And it's going to be, a little bit more than taking the subway, but definitely less than hopping in a taxi. Depending on how far you're going and depending what trip you take, it could range anywhere from $3 to maybe $6.
So where do I sign up?
Definitely the easiest way is go.bridj.com. And then you will ask for your home and work zip codes, but we need that information to know where you want to go from.
All right, and so you said you guys are going to expand in the future. Where's your next location going to be?
Outside of Boston, we're keeping that a secret, but it'll be in the U.S. and hopefully it'll be early fall.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
I am on the Bridj beautiful website. You can find it here at bridj.com. And just to kind of start you out, we're going to scroll from top to bottom of the website and just take a quick look at the information that's provided. So what is Bridj? Bridj is the world's first smart transit system which uses big data and luxury shuttles to adjust to your individual commuting needs. So they are a transportation service. All right, so we're scrolling down and it gives us a snapshot of, this is the route that they currently have available. And using your smartphone, it looks as if you can purchase a pass to get on this route. Okay, so it talks about the actual service. So Bridj will take you directly between each point on the map, which was right above, meaning that users in Brookline can take the Bridj and it goes to downtown, Kendall, Harvard, or Back Bay. And so we're talking about Massachusetts right now. The Boston area is currently where they're starting out. On average, this saves our users about an hour each day compared to public transportation. So if you've been frustrated with like the T or cab service or even driving, this may be an alternative option for you to use. It's luxurious. Each Bridj is top of the line, so this is their shuttle service. When you enter, you'll sit down in a comfortable seat, enjoy a quiet ride. You are able to flip open your laptop or tablet to get some work done with Wi-Fi. That's awesome. I love having Wi-Fi available. It's affordable. Using the Bridj to move around the city is affordable. For only a little more than a subway ride, you can get to and from your destination quickly and easily. You want to sign up because you want to ride the Bridj. How do we do that? Sign up now. Okay, great. So now we're on their sign up page, yourcity.bridj.com. And so it tells you here that request Bridj in your neighborhood. So if you wanted to have them extend their route, this is the request to do that. Put it your first, your last, your email, your zip, as well as your work zip code. So this is from where you're leaving to where you're going, and how do you get to work. They want to get some demographic information from you to see how you normally get from point A to point B, and then you request Bridj now. So invite. We're letting a small number of our fellow Bostonians try out Bridj starting in June. Want to be one of them? Oh, okay, so this is kind of like, you know, being some of the first people to try out the service. Before we sign up, here's the Boston schedule. Let's take a quick look at that. All right, so this is the schedule. Oh, this is great. So for a few days in June, this is kind of like their starting point, their starting schedule. So they're going to depart from Coolidge Corner or Center Street, and they're going to take this route and arriving finally in downtown Boston, and from Center Street on to Federal Street. So here are two routes, and here are the time frames. So they're going to start out at 7:15 in the morning, and it takes from 7:15 to 7:50 within an hour to get from Coolidge Corner to downtown and Center Street to Federal Street. And then they go from 7:15, 8:10, 8:20 to 9:20. So this looks like their morning times. And let's see here. Okay, and they have, oh, okay, so if you want to leave Coolidge Corner and Center Street to then go to Kendall Square or Kendall Street, they have similar time frames in the mornings. Okay. Or if you want to go from Coolidge Corner to the Seaport or from Center Street to Congress Street, they have two times, a little bit less than the other ones, so they don't give you a 9:30 time for this particular route. Okay, so they only have, it looks like morning routes. So here's AM, morning routes. Okay, so they don't have any evening routes for their beta testing schedule. All right, so So now you have an idea of what the schedule is and the areas that they're going to be taking you to and from. At the top, talks about their blog, the press that they've gotten, and the schedule that we looked at and how to sign up. So if you are interested in trying a new way to get around town in Boston, hey, try the Bridj.